So I wonder if these new wiper blades will clear off a little bit of water. Welcome back to Because Tesla. My name is Eric, and today I'm going to be talking to you about a problem that I've had with the car ever since I first got it. So I love my car, but there is one thing that has bothered me ever since I first picked it up. I've never been a big fan of the wiper blades that came with the car. They tend to just kind of smear things around. Maybe it's just mine and you guys aren't having this issue. I'm gonna go ahead and spray some washer fluid and just let it run for a little bit here. They do an okay job. Let me go ahead and turn my wipers on higher. They do an okay job. They do leave like a residue. You know, it's kind of hard to pick that up on camera, but let me spray some more fluid. I'm just holding the button down and it's shooting that stuff out, which is another problem I've had. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you about that as well. So if I hold down the button for the wiper fluid to shoot out, you'll see that it does leave a trail. It's not very good as far as clearing the fluid off. I think we can do better than this. Part two to my problem is the fluid that Tesla uses in the car. It just stains the car like crazy because I have a white car. And you see how this is? It's almost like you don't want to even use the washer fluid because you know you're going to immediately have to go wash your car afterwards. So I'm going to see if I can do something about that as well. So I've been an automotive YouTuber for about 3 or 4 years now, starting with my other car, my Miata, and now transitioning to this car. So I do have a lot of experience with just working on cars and maintenance and upkeep. And so I just want to bring some of my knowledge to the table to help you guys out that are shopping around for things for your car. So today we're going to be talking about wiper blades, the different types, and what you need to be looking for in regards to replacing yours and actually how to replace them. So it's important to note that there are two main styles of wiper blades. You've got your conventional steel frame, and then you've got the frameless beam style. And there are some major differences in those designs. The modern one is the frameless beam style, and that's what comes with your Tesla. That's what we're going to be replacing it with, is another frameless beam style. It's just that the steel framed conventional style has a tendency to build up ice and snow in the wintertime, so it loses a lot of its flex. So when it loses its flex, it doesn't hug the windshield as good, and then it doesn't clear the ice. The beam style does a much better job of resisting ice and snow, so it holds its shape better. It curves the glass a little better, and when it does that, that just means more friction, clearing the snow and slush and rain off of your windshield. As you see on my wife's Mini Cooper, we have the conventional steel frame style of blade. This is an OEM from the factory for Mini Cooper for this particular year of this car. So it is the older style, and it does an okay job, but we don't drive this too much in the winter and the ice and all that, so it's not that big of a deal. She likes to keep her car OEM, except for that one time I snuck in a K&N panel filter for the revs, but we'll just keep that a secret between the two of us. What, honey? Is that you? Okay. If we look at my Miata, I've got the Bosch icons on here, and these are a beam style, but they have a rubber blade on them. They've actually held out really well, and if you are going for a rubber blade, the Bosch icons I definitely would recommend. The only thing that I can mention about those is I don't know if the adapter will fit our wiper arm blades. There may need to be a special modification, and I've seen that online. If you do a Google search for Bosch Icon and Tesla Model 3, you'll see people modifying the connector for those. I'm not going to be using the icons for this one. I am going to be putting on a pair of silicone blades, and I'm going to show you how to do that and go over how we attach it to the arm here, because there is a slight modification from the manufacturer that we need to make. Okay, so the Tesla comes with the beam style already. So what am I talking about? What's the difference? Why are we even having this conversation? Not all blade compounds are the same. There are two major types of compounds that manufacturers use for the actual blades that touch the glass. You've got your traditional rubber style. You have some that are infused with graphite to kind of help lubricate it. But the newer, more expensive style is silicone. Now, it used to be that those silicone blades used to be over $50 per blade, but recently they've come way down in price. They're about half that cost now. And that is what I'm going to be putting on the Tesla today. So if you're looking for the Michelins, you'll see that there's the Endurance XT Silicone, and there's also the Advanced Silicone beam. These two are the exact same thing. If you look at the barcode on the back, they are identical. So I think they just rebranded them with a different model, but they're the same. If they don't have the Michelin in stock, the next one I would look at are the Rain-X. These are also silicone and the beam style. So they're gonna do the same type of thing. I just can't vouch for if those have the adapter that will fit on the Model 3. So that's what you need to look for. So I did pick up the Michelins. You'll see that extreme weather performance is something that I was looking for. It resists cracking to -80 degrees Fahrenheit. That's a pretty big deal for me because the winters get pretty gnarly here. So yeah, the benefit of silicone is it doesn't crack, it doesn't expand or as much as rubber would, or shrink up during the winter time when it gets cold. So this is going to be better. It's going to hold up to UV rays a lot better too, so they just last longer. This says it lasts twice as long. We'll test that and see how long these last on the car. If you are buying your own blades, know that the passenger side is a 19-inch and the driver's side is a 26-inch. Do you guys follow the Project Farm YouTube channel? It's a great channel. If you don't already subscribe to that, go check him out. He does a lot of shootouts between different competitor products. For instance, he'll test AA batteries. He'll put a Energizer versus Duracell versus Rayovac versus like Walmart brand. And he'll do real scientific tests on which one does a better job. He just did a recent video about wiper blades. These particular Michelins were the ones that he tested that came out on top. I'm gonna go ahead and give them a try. I put a link to his video testing these blades out in the description below. Go check them out. Okay, so the first thing we're gonna do is put the car in service mode for the wiper blades. You do that by clicking on here to get to your menu. Then you go to service and you go to wiper service mode right here. When I click on that, watch the wiper blades pop up. With the car in service mode, what that does is it unlocks the motor for these wiper arms. So now you can move them around however you need to, just manually by pulling on them. Won't cause any problems. You can also pull back on them a little bit and it gets out of your reach here. This is about as far back as it goes. And that's just enough so you can change these wiper blades out. So why are so many people having a hard time finding wiper blades that fit the Model 3? I'm gonna go over that real quick and you'll be able to understand exactly what to look for. So if you look here, you see that we have this style of wiper arm. This is called a PTB style, and that just stands for push tab button, and it's because this button right here. The problem with the Model 3, and it's not really a problem, it's a design feature, is that attached to the arm here is this piece right here. And that is where your washer fluid nozzles are. There's one here and there's one on the other side over here as well. That's where the fluid shoots out. So a lot of people are having a problem getting their adapter for the arm to fit here because of this being in the way. So because this is built into the arm, what Tesla has decided to go with is not the traditional PTB style. There are two types of PTB styles. There's the regular, which is a wider one, and then there's one called a narrow PTB. That is what Tesla uses, is the narrow PTB. So make sure that the wiper blades that you purchase come with some sort of an adapter that you can make fit a narrow PTB style arm. So to remove these, it's real simple. All you have to do is push this button and then pull out on this side here. So I'm going to try to do it with one hand here just to see how easy that is. I'm pushing the button and then I'm going to pull out like that. Make sure you keep a cloth or something underneath here. You don't want to scratch your glass. So I'm going to take this over here and you see how narrow this is here. I'll show you the difference between a regular PTB and this narrow one. So this is what comes with your Michelins here. You've got these different adapters to fit different types of cars. Here's the original blade that I just took off of the Tesla, and this is a rubber blade. Starting to see a few little minor cracks there, and this car isn't very old at all, probably about 4 or 5 months. But yeah, I think the silicone is going to do a lot better. You just remember to take these little protective pieces off the ends before you install it. But yeah, the silicone is going to last much longer. So looking at these different adapters, we're looking for one that has this narrow PTB style. You see the button here, the push. It's not going to be this one. There's no button there. Not that. It's going to be this guy right here. But if you look, line this up here, you'll see that this adapter is wider than the narrow one because this is a regular PTB type of adapter for the wider arms. So a lot of people have been buying these and returning them because they're like, well, it doesn't fit. And that's true. If I take this piece here and go over here, you'll see that it's too wide. This arm gets in the way of where the nozzle is here, and it just won't fit in there. So what a lot of people haven't done is take a look at your instructions that come with the blades. All right, so if you look at the instructions, you find the style that you need, and we need this narrow lock push button is what they call it here. What you have to do is take off the one that comes with the arm, which I've already done, and then you grab the adapter and you pull those wings back on the side that make it wider. You pull those back and you actually can either cut them or snap them off, and then it now turns that into the narrow PTB style that will fit onto the arm. All right, so basically I'm gonna just pry these wings back. Looks like they pop out of this little hole here. They've got a little notch there. So you can pull these off, pop that out, and look, I didn't even have to cut. It's pretty flimsy there. I'm gonna cut this little piece off here just to make it a little bit smoother. So yeah, now I've got a narrow PTB adapter. So now we just attach this to the frame. If you look here, there's an arrow right there. You center that where the groove is, and you're gonna push down until you hear a click. All right, don't forget to take off the protective pieces on each end. So from here, you just slide this back in, try to line it up. And there you go. So now we have the Michelins on there. If you look at the actual construction of the arm, it looks very similar to the OEM as far as the design of the blade arm itself. Now I'm just going to repeat the process for the driver's side. Okay, now with the new blades on, I'm going to go back here and take the wiper service mode off. And now we can test these out. Let me go ahead and turn these on and start spraying fluid. I'm going to test these out for a while, and we'll see if I see any improvement at all with the way it clears the water, and hopefully snow when it starts getting colder. So these Michelins run you anywhere from $20 to about $25. I think that's probably the going price for a lot of these type of silicone blades. The Rain-X are about the same price as well. If you are looking to save a little bit of money, I'll put a link below to the Basenor Amazon set that they sell. I think it's a pair of them for under $30, so that's a pretty good value. So what can I do about this awful blue Smurf looking excrement here? So I use this stuff every winter time on all my cars, and I've had a lot of good luck with this. It supports temperatures -27 Fahrenheit, and it can get about that cold here on some of the coldest winters here in Chicago. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in. It looks like it's a thinner, less viscous type of fluid. You see how just nasty this is? It's like I have to wash the car just from using my wiper fluid. So it's, first of all, it's not blue. It's probably not going to stain the car like this, and that's something I'm going to have to test. But it does do a lot better in the colder weather, and it is getting pretty cold here now. So let's go ahead and you just fill it up here, and we'll test that out. All right, so the blue spray is getting lighter and lighter blue, which just means that the new yellow one that I've put in there is starting to mix with it. And once I cycle all this through, it should just be shooting out the yellow fluid, and I'm hoping that that is not going to leave the nasty stain on the car like the blue one does. At least it'll be less noticeable. In regards to maintaining the blades that you have on there, if you just kept the rubber ones and you just need to clean them, I use denatured alcohol. You just pour some of this on a rag and then you wipe down the rubber blades, or if you have silicone blades, you can wipe them as well. This cleans all the dirt and grime off of the blades. It just makes them last longer. So if you want to keep yours lasting as long as possible, make sure you just keep them clean every once in a while. Wipe them down with a cloth. You can put this on a paper towel and just kind of wipe them clean and then throw it out. So that's it. That's really all you need to know about wiper blades for the Tesla Model 3. The important things to note is that you'll need a 19-inch for the passenger side and a 26-inch for the driver's side. You can get any kind of beam style blade with either rubber or silicone. Silicone is superior to rubber though. If you're able to find one, what you need to look for is a connector that will adapt it to a narrow PTB style arm. You can choose whatever brand you want to go with. I've seen some Rain-X silicone blades as well. There's other silicone blades that do a really good job. I can't really speak about if the adapter fits or if they're made to fit for this car, but that's something you can research and find out. If you like these Michelins, I know that this particular model is sold exclusively at Walmart. So if you're here in the US, you can just go to your local Walmart and pick that up. If you're not near a Walmart, I'll put a link below for walmart.com where you can buy them there. You will need a 19 and 26 inch. If you are going to go with a rubber blade, I do recommend the Bosch Icons. I've had great luck with those on my other cars. So feel free to use what other brands you want to use. The Michelins that I use got really good reviews. I'm going to test them out. I'll report back later if I've had any problems or if they've been great. So there you go. So do you find this information useful? If so, let me know by hitting that like button below. And I'm going to keep posting videos, so if you want to see more, consider subscribing, and we'll take that journey together, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Bye-bye.